Miami Beach Mayor Stephen Miner has been a major force in the push for answers and accountability, and I was lucky enough to speak to him yesterday. Take a look. Mayor Stephen Miner, thank you so much for taking the time to come on. I don't think that this is a story that's getting enough attention. That's why we wanted to talk about it. Your reaction to what happened?
I was horrified and disgusted by seeing the glorification of Hitler and the Nazi regime responsible for the murder of 6 million Jews and others. And of course, with the goal that the Nazis had of exterminating the entire Jewish nation. To see these images of people of glorifying it is in our city, disgusting.
Yep, in Miami with such a large Jewish population, disturbing to say the least. Did you learn a little bit more about how this happened? And I think there's two parts to this, right? Because obviously there's a question of how the song was played. But I believe, my understanding is you also have a question about how the influencers were let into the club, right?
I do. A number of club owners of different clubs had reached out to me after this incident and said they know about this group and they would never have allowed them in their club, let alone the VIP treatment. So we're certainly looking into that, want to understand, have a better understanding of how that happened. And I can tell you our residents, Jewish and non-Jewish, want answers because we're a diverse city, a welcoming city. We're a city that does not tolerate this level of hate, and people want answers.
What did you think of the statement from the nightclub where they condemned it? It seems that they have let go some people that were responsible. What can you tell us about that?
It's a start. It's certainly it's good to have that they're recognizing there's an issue here, a concerning issue. But I think further investigation is warranted. I'd like to see, I'd like to know and outline the steps that they are taking and what they're finding. They've sort of reached some conclusions, and I'd like to know exactly what those conclusions, how they reached those conclusions.
Now, I've heard several of the influencers come out and describe they didn't know what was really going on. The Tates have said, you know, we condemn anti-Semitism. We didn't request that song. Your thoughts on the reactions in the aftermath of this?
Yeah, I'm not an expert on each one of those so-called influencers, so I don't know all their statements, but I've certainly been doing a little bit more research since the incident, and some of them have absolutely, and I'm not calling out any individual ones, but certainly some of them have absolutely made horrific, horrendous statements. Even since this incident, they've made, Fuentes has made disparaging comments about me being Jewish and wearing a kippah. It's calling, I think the words he used were Jew boy. I mean, seriously, this was clearly orchestrated by some of them to get this attention. This clearly was designed. Usually when somebody makes a hateful comment, they're trying to shy away from it. Here, I don't think that's the case for most of them.
Do you want them banned from any other establishments in the area, in the community?
You know, it's a private marketplace. People have the right, as horrific it is, to say what they want to say if they're not bringing violence or inciting violence. But that's why these statements are so dangerous, because ultimately they lead to violence. History has shown us that. Certainly Jewish history has shown that. When this level of demagoguery and insightful anti-Semitism, it always leads to violence. So that's why it's so hurtful and dangerous and needs to be stopped. But ultimately, it's the private market that is going to stop these individuals and basically say, enough is enough. We do not want you anywhere near us. And that's what's going to have to happen. I mean, right now you have are having these individuals as guests on shows. I think maybe now it's time to rethink that and have them banned.
There's a word that keeps coming out, normalization. It feels like this is becoming more normalized. And I will tell you, when I'm watching that video, how many people in the club are actually loving the song and supporting the song. And that was one of the things that stood out to me. Are you seeing more episodes like this in different degrees in your community?
Well, we're a safe haven in Miami Beach, and I often hear from everyone, Jewish, non-Jewish, but certainly our Jewish residents and visitors, that Miami Beach is a safe haven for Jewish people, which was always the case for America and is not the case in many parts of America anymore, unfortunately. Certainly not in many parts of the world outside of Israel. So yes, there's a level of fear, of concern that this is becoming normalized. I actually said a couple of years ago, before October 7th, that I had never felt anti-Semitism in my life. And I was an elected official at the time. I had never, ever felt it. Now it's literally on a daily basis. Something has gone awry in a big way in our country, and we need, I'm hoping this is a defining moment for the positive, that we say enough is enough. This is getting really out of control and dangerous when extreme ideology is normalized, as you phrased it.
Mayor Stephen Minor, thank you so much for taking the time. Really, really appreciate it.
Thanks, Jess. Appreciate it.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.